Hello, Professor and classmates. My name is Edison, and today I will present the topic of global IT outsourcing and the IT strategy of MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company. To quickly organize what we're going to see, first I'll explain what global IT outsourcing is, then I'll show the main benefits and risks. And next, I will present how MSC uses technology and how outsourcing supports this strategy. To start with clarity, global IT outsourcing means that the company hires specialized partners worldwide to develop systems, host servers, handle security, and manage data instead of doing everything internally. This way, the company quickly accesses modern technologies, can operate 24 hours a day across various time zones, and still control costs, which has become fundamental in a global and competitive business environment. So, understanding the concept, why do companies outsource? The literature shows very relevant benefits, such as cost reduction, because companies do not need to invest in large data centers, immediate access to specialists, for example, in artificial intelligence, cloud, and cybersecurity. Focus on the core business. The internal team can then dedicate itself to what directly impacts the business. And global scalability, allowing for agile growth or reduction of resources. In other words, outsourcing is not just about saving money, but about accelerating digital transformation. On the other hand, it's important to recognize the risks because they directly impact the success of the strategy. The first is vendor dependency, when the company gets locked into solutions that are later difficult to change. The second is the loss of internal knowledge, since the external partner will be operating the systems. Additionally, there are cultural and communication barriers due to teams being in different countries. And of course, it increases exposure to cybersecurity threats because data travels through various environments. Now that we understand the scenario, let's apply all of this to our case study. Today, MSC is the world's largest container shipping company with over 900 ships operating in 155 countries, 24 hours a day. In this context, technology isn't just support, it's the foundation of the operation. Without IT, MSC wouldn't be able to track cargo, connect with ports and terminals, or manage global logistical efficiency. For this reason, MSC invests heavily in digitalization. One example is My MSC, the portal where customers get quotes, make bookings, and track and get real-time cargo tracking. Another really cool initiative is smart containers with sensors that monitor the container's location, humidity, and temperature. Additionally, MSC uses a real-time data platform to control operations in different countries. And since the ships are at sea, it also relies on hybrid connectivity via satellite and terrestrial networks. And where does outsourcing fit into this strategy? MSC has adopted a hybrid model that is very much aligned with best practices. It keeps everything that is strategic in-house, such as IT governance, systems architecture, information security, and platforms that create a greater competitive advantage. On the other hand, it outsources what requires large scale, like global connectivity, cloud infrastructure, and part of the software development. This way, the company doesn't outsource control, it outsources the specialized technical execution. So the impacts of this model are very positive. MSC can adopt new technologies more quickly, gain immediate scale to enter new markets, and increase operational flexibility while still maintaining full control over its most important digital assets. Of course, the risks remain, but the company minimizes them as much as possible by using audits, multiple suppliers, and strict security standards. In other words, outsourcing acts as a force for innovation, not as a threat. Therefore, to conclude, global IT outsourcing truly brings great benefits, but it only yields results when there's a balance between what to outsource and what to keep in-house. In MSC's case, this balance is very clear and it's a success story because it outsources to gain speed and efficiency, but keeps the capabilities that differentiate it in the market internally. That's why outsourcing isn't just about cost management, but rather a strategic lever to innovate and compete. That was everything I had to present. Thank you very much for your attention.